We are now going to start the explanation for level order traversal in spiral form. So as we see in this program, it starts from the present spiral function. The LTR value is automatically false, and we calculate the height of the root node. This height is used for predicting the level of of each and every single value in a given binary subtree, and the LTR values keeps changing from true to false and false to true after every single level. If the LTR value is true, we print from left to right, and if the LTR value is false, we print from right to left. So this is why the LTR value keeps changing after every single iteration in the for loop. The print given level function takes two values at any point of time. First is the level value, and second is the LTR value. If the level is greater than 1, and if the LTR value turns out to be true, the traversal starts from the left hand subtree of a given node. And if the level turns out to be if the LTR value turns out to be false, the traversal starts from the right subtree of a given node. So this is why we have the LTR boolean LTR variable, and we also see if the level is also greater than or equal to 1. If it's equal to 1, we print the node at that level, and if it's greater than 1, we keep on continuing the traversal either from the left direction or from the right direction. So at one point of time, we'll reach a stage where the level becomes 1, and at that level we'll start the traversal either from the left direction or from the right direction. So this is how this code is done. Now we start with the print spiral function. The print spiral function starts by calculating the height of the entire tree, which is going to be height is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, which is stored in the variable h. And now we have the LTR boolean variable assigned as false in the beginning. Now the for loop starts. The for loop starts by having the first value of I in the first iteration as 1. So we have 1 here. So the print given level, which will be mentioned as PGL, print given level, will be given the value 1 comma false. So when we go over to the print given level function, we have level equal to 1, and that condition is satisfied. So the first value that's going to be printed is 1. Now we again go back to the for loop. At this point of time, the LTR value becomes true. After the LTR value becomes true, the PGL value is again passed as PGL of 2 comma true. Now we go back to the print given level function again. Now the PGL value takes the value of 2 and true here. So let's see what's going to happen at the print given level function. At the print given level function, the first two if conditions are then satisfied, and if we go to the else if condition, the level is greater than 1 and the value of LTR is now true. So what happens now is we go to the left subtree of 1, which is 2, and the print given values is now changed to PGL of 1 comma true. So at node 2, we have the values to the function as 1 comma true, and since the level is equal to 1, the value is printed as 2. Similarly, the function is returned back, and we again go back to the right subtree of node 1, and at 5 we have the values as PGL of 1 comma true, and now the value that's going to be printed is 5. So we again go back to the main control. So using this condition, we have 2 and 5 printed in the output. Now we again go back to the for loop in the print spiral function. So in the print spiral function, we have print spiral function is mentioned as PS. In the print spiral function, we have LTR as false, and I is now going to be 3. And this is now passed to the print given level function. Print given level function is now having 3 comma false as the value. So after passing this value to the PGL function, we'll see what's going to happen. At PGL function, we have the first two if conditions not satisfied, and the third else if condition, the value of LTR is now false. So the traversal starts from the right hand side of the binary tree. So we now have the traversal as follows. So the binary tree starts from 1 to 5 and the value is now reduced by 1. So we have PGL of 3 comma false becomes PGL of 2 comma false, and at this point of time we are at node 5 here. Since the level is now 2 and the value of LTR is also false, we have the traversal as PGL of 1 comma PGL of 1 comma false, 1 comma false comma, and the third value will be the node value, which is going to be node dot right, node dot right dot right, and node dot right dot right. So we have the node here, we have the node stopping right here. At this point the level is 1, so at node 11 the level is 1, so that node is actually printed in the output. So this is the this is the first value in the third level that's printed, and the control again passes to this node, this node which contains the value 5, and again the control goes to the left subtree of 5. So we have the control at we have PGL of 1 comma false, and this 1 comma false, and this stops at node 9. At node 9 we have the level as 1 and the value that's going to be printed is 9. So we again go back to node 5. So after going back to node 5, we know that we have traversed everything. So node 5 again passes its control back to the previous node, which is node 1. So at node 1 we have PGL of 3 comma false, and since we started from the since we started the traversal from the right hand side, we should now start the traversal from the left hand side, which is print given level of node dot left comma 2 comma LTR. So we have the PGL of 3 comma false at node 1 currently, and this changes to PGL of 2 comma false comma node dot left. So node dot left is nothing but the left subtree of 1. So the control passes to this point, which is node 2. At node 2 we have PGL of 1 comma false comma node dot right. So since it's node dot right is mentioned here, we go to the right subtree of node 2, which is node 8. So we go to node 8. At node 8 the level is 1. Since the level is going to be 1, the value 8 is going to be printed automatically. So for the first 3 levels are now printed in the output. So we have 1 followed by 2, 5, and we have 11, 9, 8 and 7. So these are the values that are now printed at this point of time, and the control now goes back to the print spiral function. At the print spiral function we have the value of the value of I is going to be 4, and LTR is now going to be true. LTR was previously false in the third level, and now it's going to be true in the fourth level. So the values that are going to be passed to the print given level function will be PGL of 4 comma true and the consecutive root node. So I'll draw the BST once again to give you a good outlook of how the fourth level is printed. 7, 10, 12, 14, 17. So the way we had the values printed was 1, 2, 5, 11, 9, 8, 7, and the order in which the current level has to be printed will be 10, 12, 14 and 17. So let's see if that's going to be the case. So at PG at the print given level function, the value that's passed to LTR is 2 and the level value is 4. So now we have the control over here, and since the level LTR value is true, the control automatically passes to the left subtree of 2. So at 2 we have PGL of 3 comma true, and since the LTR value is 2, the control again goes to the right subtree, and since this is at 7, the value will be 3 2 4 3 2, and since this is null, we again the control goes back to 7, and similarly for the right subtree also we go back to 7. And at this point of time, at node 2, the control goes to node 8 with the value as PGL of 4. This is 4, and this will be this is 4, this is 3, this is going to be 2 comma true. So at this node we have the PGL values as 2 comma true, and the control now goes to this value at node 8. At node 8 we have PGL of 2 comma true, and since LTR is true, control goes to the left subtree of 8, which is 10, and the values given to 10 will be PGL of 1 comma true. At this point of time, at node 10, the level value is going to be 1, so the value that's going to be printed is 10, and 10, this is the 4th level, and the control again passes to the root node of 10, which is 8. So at 8 we again have the control passing to the right subtree of 12 with the values as PGL of 1 comma node dot right comma true, and this is going to be the values at node 12. So at 12 the value that is going to be printed will be 12, and the control now goes back again to node 8. The control is now at 8, and and since both the levels below node 8 are printed, the control passes to the root node of 8, which is 2. At 2, since both the levels below 2 are already printed, the control goes back to 1. At 1, the control now goes back to the right subtree of 1, which is 5, and at 5 the values will be PGL of 3 comma true. At 5 the control, since the value of LTR is true, control goes to the left subtree, because that is what is happening in the code. If LTR is true, the given level traverses the given level function starts the traversal by going to the left subtree of 5. At 5 the value of PGL is going to be PGL of 3 comma true, and since the value of LTR is true, the PGL function starts its traversal by going to the left subtree of 5, which is node 9. So at the control goes to node 9, where the value of PGL will be PGL of 2 comma true, and the control now goes to the left subtree of 9, which is non-existent, and we return back, and we go to the right subtree of 9, which is also non-existent, so we return back. So we now go back again to the left root node of 9, which is 5. So at 5 we again go back to the right subtree. We go the PCL of 2 comma PCL of 3 comma 2 is present at 5, and the value that's going to be given to node 11 will be PGL of 11 comma true, PGL of 2 comma true. So the control goes to the right subtree of 5, which is PGL of 11. We have PGL of 2 comma true. So at 11 we have PGL of 2 comma true. Since LTR is true, we again go back to the left subtree of 11 with the values 1 comma true. So at 14 the value of PGL will be PGL of 1 comma true. Since the value of level will be 1, 14 is now printed at this level, and the control again goes back to node 11, and after printing the left subtree of 14, the control again goes back to the right subtree of 11, So at 17 the value of PC or PGL will be PGL of 1 comma true, and since the value of level is 1, we have the value printed as 14 or 17. So this is how the level order traversal in spiral form is done. So the control now goes back to 11, and after going back to 11 the control transfers back to 5, and the control again goes back to level 1, and this 1 again finishes the entire print given level function, and we go back to the print spiral function. I hope you understood the concept. Thank you.